When you talk about that old Atlanta, Marvin, what was that 90s Atlanta like for you?
Oh man, the '90s was amazing in Atlanta, right? Outkast and Goody Mob,
Yeah.
TLC, LaFace Records,
Crazy.
So Def. I mean, and at that time I was in law school and started throwing the First Friday parties, and we had the biggest, baddest party in the city, and that's actually how I met Alex Gitwan and AG Entertainment.
Yeah.
I incorporated AG Entertainment LLC for Alex back
Oh my God.
in the 90s, right? And so, but he came to me because he knew I was a promoter.
Yeah.
He knew I was in law school. So I was actually practicing entertainment law before I knew I was practicing entertainment law.
Oh my God. What is it like when you see the trajectory of your classmates though? You know, and then even with AG, seeing what he went from being a regular party promoter to one of the biggest event promoters in the country. What do you think it takes to be great? What is that commonality between all of them people that you think allowed every star to shine?
I think it's consistency.
Okay.
It's consistency and determination and not taking no for an answer, right?
That's right.
And if you're consistent, you can succeed. People will know that you're consistent and they will believe in you. My law school classmate was Fonnie Willis, who's now the district attorney.
That's crazy.
My other law school classmate is a guy named Damon Elmore, who's the executive director of the State Bar of Georgia now. And so again, relationships, we go back to relationships, right?
Yeah.
Relationships are the most important thing in this world. And looking, like you say, at Alex Gitwan and where he's come, right? And come from, right? He went from Thursday night at Yin Yang and Kaya to owning Kaya, to owning, a whole bunch of other clubs, and now doing concert promoting and touring. And so I think it's just the natural progression of people working hard and being consistent.
Now, I kind of got to ask you the same question, but this is, about Atlanta. Atlanta turned into Black Hollywood. Back in the day, you'd be watching TV, folks be like, I'm going out to L.A. to follow my dreams and chase it. What is it about Atlanta that allowed people to follow their dreams here and actually grab them and hold them and achieve them?
Well, I think it was, again, the intentionality, right?
Okay.
It was the inclusion from the government side, because the government had the money and the contracts. And once you get Herman Russell and Dawson and all these other people making real money, then they can spend money in their community and bring people on. But I can't neglect LaFace Records either.
That's right.
LaFace played a big part in that. I mean, Jermaine Dupri and Dallas Austin were here and they were doing well and doing good. But LaFace Records really helped put Atlanta on the map on the music side. And then that really, I think, led to this TV and film explosion that we're seeing now, because you have music, you got 2 or 3 things you can do with it. At least back then you did. You could put it on the radio or you could put it in a film.
Come on.
Now you can stream it and put it on the internet.
Exactly.
But that option wasn't available then. But I think the excitement and the energy and the industry from the music side helped get us to where we are today. And like you said, Atlanta's the Black Hollywood. It's we got the best tax credit in the country.
That's right.
30%, dollar for dollar state tax credit.
What did Senior have to say when he was thinking, you know what, I was just fighting to get Ali to be able to fight in the state of Georgia, and now Tyler Perry just bought Fort McPherson?
Just proud, I think, of the progress.
Yeah.
Happy to see that, the steps that they took in the 60s, late 60s and 70s, when he and Maynard, and then in the 80s when he and Andy were in office, that those steps have yielded, right? It's like seeing your child grow up. You're proud, but you're proud to see the growth, proud to see the energy and the excitement. And Atlanta's number one for everybody, black, white, whatever, you are. Everybody wants to come to Atlanta. And so we're, I guess I'm just happy just to be the beneficiary of all of the great work that leaders like Marvin Arrington Sr. Andrew Young, Maynard Jacksons, and others did.
When Senior had to shut down that courtroom to give everybody a piece of his mind, and he caught all of that backlash, what was he saying behind closed doors about that?
So I tell you, it's funny because he became the grocery store hero. Everybody in the grocery store was patting him on the back.
Thank you.
Saying thank you for taking the time to talk to these young black men and not just trying to throw the key away and throw them in jail and throw them away, right? And I think his intent was to say, hey, look, you can do better. I came from Grady Homes Projects. My mama was a maid. I had 7 brothers and sisters. And look at me. I'm now a judge in Fulton County. I was city council president. I ran for mayor. I brought the Olympics to Atlanta. If I could do all of that from Grady Homes Projects, you can do it too, but you just got to put your mind to it. So he became the grocery store hero, even though there was national backlash.
Yeah.
I think people really understood what he was trying to do. In fact, I went to court in Cobb County in front of a white judge about a month after it happened, and the judge said, tell your dad I'm proud of him. I wish I could do the same thing, but I don't think it would be received the same way if I did.
Yeah.
And so, I think his heart was in the right place, if nothing else.
It sure enough was. What do you think the disconnect is, though, between old Atlanta and new Atlanta when we trying to pass this baton and this torch to the next generation to make it even greater than it already is?
I think it's the history. It's the lack of history. Like, you have people moving to Atlanta.
Don't even know.
All they know is Atlanta is this great place, but they don't know why Atlanta is great. Atlanta is great because of the steps that were taken by Marvin Arrington.
The coalition.
Yes, the coalition of leaders and people in the city that helped push it along, like Lonnie King and Louise Watley. And Lottie Watkins was a black female real estate tycoon, right? In the 70s. So, those are some of the other stories that hopefully we'll be able to tell also.